Hello and welcome, John Kroner with Bullseye Trader. I'd like to welcome you to the Artificial Intelligence Holly and Market Update for the week ending Friday, November 15th. And we're also going to add an AutoTrading report, which we will get into in a little bit. So first with the market update, and you can see we've had a fantastic week here. The spiders closed at all-time highs. We have a bullish engulfing candle set up, so all systems are go. Now a lot of people are talking about, well, we're starting to get away from these moving averages, so we're due for a pullback. But let me just point out that back here, everybody kept thinking it was going to pull back as well. So, some people might want to wait for a pullback before they get in, and others might want to just jump into this market and see what happens maybe with a tighter stop loss, but we seem to be definitely headed up and up. Now if we take a look at the diamonds, you can see pretty much the same story. We've just been straight up the last several weeks. Once again, if we go back into this period here early in the year where we just kept going straight up, we did have this minor pullback in here, but between here and here was very, very nice. So the diamonds are looking very, very good as well. Now we'll go ahead and move on to the Qs and see how the Qs are looking. And as we look at those, you can see here pretty much the same thing. Don't quite have a bullish engulfing candle set up, but closed at all-time highs. And if we go back to that January to April, mid-April time frame, you can see the straight up movement. So the markets are on fire. Doesn't seem like impeachment is having any effect on them or anything else. Just looking very, very good. Now let's move on to Holly, and with the latest build, we have some changes here. They have changed what they are calling the risk. So we now have conservative profit, we have moderate profit, and aggressive profit. The conservative is the old risk off, the moderate is the old risk on, and this was the aggressive was the full risk. So that is the change within that. Now let's go ahead and bring our Excel spreadsheet in here and see what we can find out. Let me try to get this adjusted here a little bit on the size so that we can see it properly. And if you'd give me just 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that delay. And as you can see here, I have neglected to change my names. Well, no, I'm sorry, I did. We do have now the conservative, the moderate, the aggressive for all three of the Hollies. And for the week, we ended up with 130 trades. $4.01 was the conservative profit, $12.34 the moderate profit, $14.62 was the aggressive. You can look here if you want to take a look at how each individual day did, and if you want to see how each individual sector did, you can, go ahead, stop the video and look through here and see how that did. Now, the other thing I want to bring up is auto trading. Our latest build now, we have the ability to auto trade and to paper trade. So, for those that are beginning or those that are just, getting into the trade idea software and the auto trading concept, I encourage you to try out the auto trading. So first you need to go ahead and get the trade ideas. We do have that test drive that is continuing for 1 more week, so I suggest that you try it out, and you can be in that for 5 days there. And so you get that account set up, and you open up your Brokerage Plus module here, and you go under Connect, and you say paper, the trade ideas paper trade account. So that will go ahead connect you to it. Then you can go ahead and click on the Holly, strategies, and here it tells you all the strategies that are in play. If you right click, you can edit your instructions to tell the computer what to do. Now I've gone through, and you'll see when I bring up my Excel spreadsheet on it, I've gone through, and some days I use the conservative, and some days I use the best of, and I have changed it, since I'm fairly conservative and just learning, I'm using now $500 fixed per trade. But you can go in here and set all kind of things, whether you want your order to be a limit order or a market order. If you want to, let it take, a little bit more of a spread to get into it, whatever it takes, and how long you want that entry order to be in place. So you can do that, and you can do it for the long strategies, the short strategies. You can, change your re-enter strategies if you want to do that. And what I've been trading is I've been trading the Neo categories, and if you pull up your other chart and you see what your Neo ones are, they're basically these four strategies here. And then I also go through and I look to see what the win percentage is on some of them, and I sometimes might pick the one or two top of those. But then you simply right click on those, and you would tell it to enable those four selected strategies or whatever you have, and now the software will enter and exit for you. You do have the ability to change your stops throughout the trade if you want. Now let me go ahead and bring in my sheet to show you how things went for me my first week. As I said, I changed my parameters a little bit throughout the week. So, the first day on Monday, I lost $44.29. On Tuesday, I made $303. I was using a stop loss of $100, when I started the week out. And you can see, like this trade here would have taken $29,000, $30,000 worth of capital to get into it. And so, I thought, well, let me go with the fixed amount. On Wednesday, made $100. On Thursday, $52.30. On Friday, and somehow I don't know if I got an extra day in here or what I did, but for the week basically I made $400. So for auto trading the first week, I don't think that was too bad. I have a lot to learn. I'll try to show you more and more on that as we go. With the Brokerage Plus, it's basically $1 to $1.25 to get in and get out of every trade. So you end up with about $2 or $2 and some change for your commission. So that is my first auto trade report for you, and as I say, I'll get into more detail with those as we go on. And just a reminder, we have the test drive still going on. It started November 11th, but you can still get in it. This is the link to get into it. That'll be within the YouTube comments, so I encourage you to give it a try. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. Thank